good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Today we've got a reaction, and this video is called Kendrick versus Drake triggered the death of rap beef forever. Now, it's very interesting. This video dropped when? Hold on. This video was dropped 3 days ago. So in 2026, you know, we're damn near halfway through the year, and we still talking about some shit that happened 2 years ago, bro. Oh! Like, this Kendrick versus Drake situation definitely has been bubbling for a while, but it just goes to show, like, you know, Kendrick has been doing his own thing, Drake's been doing his own thing, but for the most part, it feels like the rap game has kind of been on pause, bro. Like, no one's really been shaking anything. Even them, like, sure, they've done things on their own, but it's like, it almost feels like everything comes back to their beef. And not them, like, it's not like they're referencing the beef or whatever, like, they're also trying to move on, but it's like, you know, if they drop something and their numbers are not as good or the quality is not as good, comment section is filled and they're attacking the next guy and this, that, and the third, like, we can't separate them right now or like anymore, and like other artists are now suffering from the aftermath of the rap. They, like, no one's giving them attention anymore, like nobody cares about it. It's weird. It's weird because it's like rap doesn't have the same amount of emotion and attention that it did, but it's like, I don't know what people are looking for. I generally don't, bro. I don't know if, you know, they're looking for more beef and problems. I don't even think that's the case, because me personally, I'm tired, bro. I wanted to go back to whatever it was before, when people was just making music and shit just cuz. But at the same time, I feel like now when people are making music just cuz, it almost feels like it's not enough. You know, the nosy ones are looking for more and shit, and it's just like, damn, bro, you'll never win. I'm yapping, bro. Let's just get into this reaction. My fault, chat. Kendrick versus Drake triggered the death of rap beef forever. My fault, my fault.
And breaking news out of Canada, rapper Drake's mansion is at the center of a shooting investigation right now. Police in Toronto say one man was shot and is in the hospital. It comes as the rapper has been in the news for a highly contentious, very public, weeks-long feud with another rapper, Kendrick Lamar.
As you can see, fully intact, mind, body, and soul, in case you were wondering, right?
Mind, body, and soul.
Mind, body, and soul. You need facts to take me out. Fairy tales won't do it. Cheers to everybody.
Live by.
The 2024 war between Kendrick Lamar and Drake wasn't just a massive moment in hip-hop history. It felt like a grand finale, an extinction-level event we might never see again.
Drake kept this going in a way that we've never seen before. None of us, we've never seen somebody sue after losing a rap battle. Not only the greatest rap battle of all time, it's the most unique rap battle of all time. Grammy Awards for a diss record.
Dude, they dropped Family Matters, and I text him, I'm like, this ain't it. He's like, I'm like, this ain't gonna get it. I was like, man, it's time to step on his head. He was like, say less. I go to the bathroom, I come back, the song is uploaded. I said, wait. I said, I'm like, nigga, you already... He's like, man, I've been waiting for this nigga to drop something.
Hip-hop has gotten too big, the technology behind the scenes has gotten too dark, and the artists at the very top of the food chain have simply gotten too rich.
They had you on that fake watchbusters.com.
Yeah, plenty of times, but right now this is real though.
The classic rap battle is no longer just two guys trading insults over a beat. It has turned into a corporate espionage nightmare, and the global machine, the major record labels, the streaming platforms, the Fortune 500 brands, will never, ever let a fight like this happen again. The financial risk is just too high. But you don't have to.
I ain't gonna lie, like, the amount of industries and things that just took a pause because, like, it's so crazy, bro. Literally, bro. I don't think bro, I wonder if Jay-Z versus Nas, like, I know it wasn't this big, but I wonder if, like, I wonder how big it was in terms of, like, if other people were getting involved and, you know, because this shit is crazy to think about still.
Take my word for it. The official death certificate for mainstream rap beef was just signed by one of the men who also had his fair share of beefs. Just over a week ago, GQ magazine dropped a massive interview with Jay-Z. If you know anything about hip-hop, you know Jay-Z's resume. He went to war with Nas in one of the most legendary, deep...
And people say he lost, bro. Oh! I wasn't around at the time, so I can't really say nothing. I'm biased. But you know what I'm saying? Bro, it's crazy to me to think that Jay-Z would have lost. The amount of emotion, the amount of shit that, maybe I'm just thinking about like recency bias, because Jay-Z's obviously much bigger and much more successful now, no glaze. But it's just like, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to fathom a time where he would have lost Nas.
The personal battles of all time. But in this interview, Jay-Z did something shocking. He called for a permanent ceasefire. Jay-Z looked at the Kendrick and Drake situation and said it went too far.
What did you think of the 2024 back and forth between him and Drake? I'm gonna have an answer you're not gonna like.
Okay.
We love the excitement, and I love the sparring and the music you get.
Mm-hmm.
But in this day and age, it's so much negative stuff that comes with it that you almost wish it didn't happen.
Really?
Yeah, because it's almost like it's a final thing. Now, people that like Kendrick hate Drake.
Yeah.
No matter what he makes, no matter what he says, and it goes far too. It's like attack on his character and his thing, and it's like, I don't know if I love that.
He pointed out that throwing around career-ending allegations, Kendrick calling Drake a child abuser and Drake calling Kendrick a domestic abuser, destroys real lives beyond the scope of hip-hop. Essentially, it brings innocent families into the crossfire. Jay-Z warned that the fans are so toxic and polarized now that the culture is moving backward, making him question if rap battles should even exist anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's helpful to our growth.
Almost immediately, Joe Budden took to his podcast and fired back. Budden argued that fighting for the #1 spot is the lifeblood of hip-hop. He even called out Jay-Z's hypocrisy, pointing out that Jay-Z never seemed to care about rap beef when street-level drill rappers were actually losing their lives over it. According to Budden, Jay-Z only cares now because the beef has reached the corporate boardrooms.
That's an interesting point. That's crazy. Because it is like, again, Jay-Z's my GOAT, but it's like he's very calculated. Everything he does, he's thought about. So it's like, we haven't heard from Jay-Z in years. And out of nowhere, he drops a track. Right after this Diddy stuff happens, right? Then out of nowhere, now he's doing interviews. Like, you've always been comfortable being outside of the shine, or not always, but like ever since you made your money and you know, Rockefeller or Rock Nation, whatever has been going, like, you've been good in the background. You've never needed to, like, you don't need to drop and you don't need to photo shoots, music videos, award shows, interviews, talk shows. That's not you anymore. You just business, boardrooms, money. So it's like, now that we got a song out of you, which you clearly don't do no more, and then we got a fucking interview out of you, which also you don't do anymore. And in the interview, you mentioned that you don't really want to be making music like that anymore. You know, he talked about how he's in the studio with Beyonce and how he helps her write and stuff like that. And they asked him, like, yo, does that electrify you when you're in the studio, you come up with a hard bar, you see her performing? Does it ever make you want to go out and just do it for yourself? Bro said no. He said it actually does the opposite and makes him more comfortable just being a part of the room and being a part of the creation, and that he doesn't need to be out there. Okay, cool. So that being said, why are you now out there? Why are we getting music? Why are we getting interviews? It seems very, I almost want to say defensive, but in the interview he mentioned himself that he's going on the offense. So maybe that's my answer right there.
Hip-hop and just make it a commercial music thing. I don't like how that feels as somebody who grew up as a hip-hop head. Like,
but I think when money comes into it, sometimes it's out of your control, unfortunately. I think that when the big brands start taking it, it's like basketball. Like, now niggas not competitive in basketball no more because there's so much money in it.
But here is the cold, hard, red line truth. Joe Budden is romanticizing a ghost. From my perspective, Jay-Z is right. But Jay-Z isn't speaking as a rapper anymore. He is speaking as a billionaire who knows how to spot a bad investment. Kendrick and Drake didn't just fight, they completely broke the system.
Damn.
To understand why mainstream rap beef is officially dead, you have to look at the sheer size of the music business today. Rap is no longer in underground culture, trading cassette tapes out of car trunks. It is the dominant pop culture on the planet. It generates tens of billions of dollars. Back in the 90s, if two rappers slung mud at each other, it stayed in the neighborhood. Today, a rap beef crashes the stock market. Just look at the fallout of the 2024 battle. The accusations didn't stay on.
See, but that's the craziest thing, because this is an example using two of the biggest rappers. Like, there's been beef since, or like attempts since. Like, let's look at Joey Badass and whoever he was going up against. Like, nothing came from that. And didn't we have some shit between Alabama Barker and like Bad Baby or some shit? And then there was some shit with like Ice Spice and Lotto, which was fabricated, but we didn't know it was fabricated until later. Like, there's been beef since, for sure. And it generally stays, you know, local and irrelevant. But it's like, bro, when you're talking about the two biggest in the world, like, especially in clipping culture, of course something's gonna happen.
On the internet, Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us, a song entirely dedicated to calling a global pop star a PDF file, became the #1 song on Earth. It won Grammys.
Look at that, bro. And then shortly after
became
is Euphoria. Oh my gosh. Are y'all seeing that? Oh! #1 is a diss track, Not Like Us. Then we got Euphoria at #3, which is also a diss track. Then we got Like That at #6, which is what started it all. Then right after that, we got Family Matters. That's crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4 songs in the top 10 are diss tracks. Jesus is Lord. No, that's crazy. That's crazy. Sorry. That's crazy.
#1 song on Earth. It won Grammys. It pulled in almost 1 billion streams in a matter of months.
It was a record that ended the beef. Remember Drake had one more record afterwards that nobody cared about?
Yeah.
Where he was trying to like explain everything. I forgot what it was called, but
yeah, I remember. I didn't think that Kendrick was winning until Not Like Us. But when I heard Not Like Us, I said, damn, this is it.
Fight is over!
Oh, we landed that.
That's crazy.
And then it reached the absolute peak of corporate America.
That's crazy. Watching all them dance over it is actually insane, bro. I know Drake was in his career mad as hell, bro. Oh! Watching this shit unfold, bro. Getting trolls from every corner of the internet, bro. Oh my gosh, I can't imagine that shit, bro.
2025 Super Bowl in New Orleans. Imagine the scene. Hundreds of millions of people are watching live. Kendrick Lamar is on the 50-yard line. Samuel L. Jackson is there. Serena Williams is crip walking on the main stage. And Kendrick leads a massive stadium of people in chanting A minor.
Is this like the modern version of the Summer Jam shit? Cause didn't Jay-Z do some very Jay-Z a hater, bro? Oh. I ain't gonna lie, no, now I'm remembering this shit, bro. And I'm pretty sure in the interview he said, oh, I didn't expect him to do that.
Really, nigga?
Oh, I didn't expect him to do that. I just picked the biggest. And to be fair, yes, Kendrick was having a scorching year. And like maybe Jay-Z was like, he wouldn't dare. But also like you know what you're doing, bro. Oh. You know what you're doing. I can kind of understand how Jay-Z doesn't have too much of a personal advantage or nothing really to gain from seeing Kendrick walk over Drake like this. But also I could see him being like, yo, I had something to do with that. You know what I'm saying? I facilitated that play. I made that happen. Oh! That's crazy.
A direct accusation of pedophilia aimed at Drake. The show ended with the words "Game Over" spelled out across the crowd. Behind the scenes, corporate executives were sweating bullets. Jay-Z, whose company Roc Nation produced the halftime show, had to fight off massive public backlash. Critics demanded to know how the NFL could allow a song about child abuse on America's biggest family-friendly broadcast.
Maybe I just don't get this guy. Kendall Lamar.
The halftime show was awful. Kendrick Lamar's 12 minutes of rap was basically a musical grudge match.
For me, it wasn't mass appeal.
The music itself is not broad enough or well known enough to reach generations.
Jay-Z had to publicly defend his choice, reminding everyone he just picked the biggest artist of the year and that there was no giant conspiracy to ruin Drake.
It's crazy that I think last year was still like the first solo rap act, which is crazy to say that last year was that a hard one to get across the board?
Not without conversations that was like dated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you said, the stats show. Kendrick broke the audience record.
Yep.
It's not rocket science. It's like this is the music of our time, and it should be represented on the biggest stage I think that was the right choice.
But ask yourself this. Can you imagine Taylor Swift and Adele accusing each other of federal sex crimes on
Bro, what the fuck? Bro, I don't even know what that would cause. Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, if it's just any random nobody's just saying some random shit back and forth, it don't matter. But imagine, like you said, if Taylor Swift and Adele went back and forth, bro. That'd be bigger than just like pop and R. I think the whole industry would just crumble, bro. That would not be pretty.
#1 global record? No other mainstream music genre allows its biggest stars to launch career-ending criminal allegations at each other. Now, if you only look at the short-term math, the beef looked like a gold mine. Between Not Like Us, Family Matters, and all the other diss tracks, the battle generated over $15 million in streaming revenue in the US alone. But $15 million is absolute pocket change to the corporate giants backing these artists. In 2021, Drake signed a deal with Universal Music Group worth around $500 million. He has a promotional deal with the casino company Stake worth over $100 million a year. Kendrick has massive deals with global fashion and tech brands. When you look at the math like a CEO, a rap battle makes 0 sense. Why risk a $500 million catalog, global stadium tours, and Fortune 500 sponsors just to make a quick $15 million on a diss track? The allegations ruined reputations, forced sponsors into crisis mode, and triggered internet mobs to dox innocent people. The major labels have realized that the financial liability of a rap beef is now way higher than the reward.
Again, that's when the artists are of this magnitude. Not saying that Jesus Christ, I can't speak. Again, that's when the artists are of such a magnitude. Not saying that I'm greenlighting rap beefs and disses, but I'm saying it's not always that fucking explosive. You know what I'm saying?
Money is only half the story. The other reason rap beef is dead is because the internet broke the rules of the game. A rap battle used to be about who had the best lyrics, the best flow, and the best stage presence. Today, it is a dark art of algorithmic warfare, bot farms, and digital manipulation. Just look at the timeline. In 2015, Drake fought Meek Mill. That was the first social media battle. It was mostly just Twitter memes and jokes. It was harmless. In 2018, Drake fought Pusha T, and it was surgical. Pusha T dug up Drake's hidden child and shocked the world. It was brutal, but it was still just about personal secrets.
You got a whole child that nobody knows about. Why would you mention my fiance?
Family, kids, that's going too far.
I have no desire to ever mend anything with that person. And yeah, that situation just went, it just went where it went, and it's just there's no turning back. It's not like those other situations.
But in 2024, Drake versus Kendrick became total algorithmic annihilation. It wasn't just music anymore. It was weaponized digital mobs, AI-generated voices, and unproven federal allegations. And by 2026, the illusion of the pure rap battle was completely shattered in federal court. Following the massive success of Not Like Us, Drake actually sued.
Man, I'm not gonna lie, there was a lot of shit that went on with this beef that's like very interesting, and I want to make a whole separate video on it, but just like the psychological warfare, the mental games, the tweeting, the baiting, the fucking, like, there was a lot, the memeing, like, it was interesting. There was a lot of different moves being made in chess games and whatever, and it was like, ultimately Drake lost, but it was interesting to watch in real time, I ain't gonna lie. Like, even beyond the diss tracks, there was a lot more going on too.
His own label, Universal Music Group, and Spotify. He claimed that his own parent company used industrial bot farms to manipulate Spotify's algorithm, artificially forcing Kendrick's song onto Prime playlists to manufacture a viral hit. He even accused them of paying off radio stations to play the track non-stop.
Drake, ain't no way, dog. There's no way, Drake. There's no way I'm reading this. There's no way I'm reading this, dog. Why you gotta do all this? Just take your L, dog. You still Drake.
This is definitely a case of whining. You know, when you look at the origins of hip hop, the competitive spirit is so intrinsic. And in one of the biggest rap battles we've ever seen in our lifetime, who would have thought it would potentially end in a courtroom? It's unprecedented.
A judge eventually dismissed the defamation part of the lawsuit, ruling that calling someone a certified pedophile in a rap song was technically an opinion, not a legal fact. Drake withdrew the petition but promised to appeal. But then the nightmare got worse. In early 2026, Drake himself was hit with a massive civil RICO lawsuit. A group of consumers alleged that Drake was secretly funding a massive streaming manipulation scheme. The lawsuit claimed Drake was taking money from his $100 million state casino deal, funneling it through untraceable crypto tips to offshore fixers, and using that money to hire bot farms to inflate his own streaming numbers.
Drake and Stake, the online gambling platform, along with others, including streamer Lil Fuckity Fuck.
Bro, that's like... Again, I don't want to speak on this shit because I don't know if it's been wrapped up, if it's been cleared, if it's in whatever. But it's like, bro, this guy has so much money, dog. Y'all think he's worried about, and again, maybe he is. Some people are greedy. They got so much money. All they can think about is making more money. So maybe he is out there like, oh my God, how can I make more money? Let me scam these guys. But my thing is like, genuinely speaking, bro, he got so much money. Like, I don't think he got time to be worrying about how he can make his next little dollar. Like, bro got money coming in regardless, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think he's worried about trying to scam and all this other little shit. Like, you trying to tell me he's trying to scam out of an $100 million deal? Like, for what, bro? You already got 100 M's coming in every year, bro. Like, you're good, bro.
Are being sued in federal class action RICO. The RICO alleges Drake and others named have been using the tipping feature on Stake to transfer money amongst each other that is then used to artificially inflate Drake's music streams across major distribution platforms. The docs continue by alleging that Drake knew what was going on, but that the other parties listed were his co-conspirators, who would mask the money transfer or tipping transfer as various giveaways, etc. These transfers were encrypted and not widely available to be seen by the public eye. One alleged example of the tipping scheme in the lawsuit is a very large tip of 100 grand. The lawsuit says this was listed as a tipping transfer between defendants Drake and Lil Fuckity Fuck in 2023.
Another rapper filed the lawsuit claiming that 37 billion of Drake's lifetime streams were totally fake, generated by bots using VPNs to pretend they were listening from other countries.
A hip-hop veteran just launched a legal war with Spotify, and Drake's name is front and center. Wendy Lee reports Long Beach rapper RBX just filed a class action lawsuit claiming Spotify failed to stop fraudulent streams that boost big artists like Drake while cutting into smaller artists' royalties.
When it comes to all the lawsuits and the mentioning of Drake in the paperwork and everything, I think that there's something, they're out to get Drake. I think someone's out to get Drake, or someone's just really mad at Drake. I think they're using the time right now because of the fact that he lost, or the UMG case got dismissed. So now his name's being brought up in other things right after, because I don't think it's a coincidence.
Whether Drake wins these lawsuits or loses them, the damage to the culture is already done. The curtain has been pulled back. Mainstream rap beef is no longer a democratic vote by the fans. It is a war of corporate espionage fought by crypto-laundered bot farms. If winning a battle just means you hired the best offshore hacker to trick the Spotify algorithm, the soul of the sport is dead. This massive shift in the landscape brings us back to Jay-Z's warning and the cold reality of risk management. The guys at the very top, Drake, Kendrick, J. Cole, are walking, breathing multinational.
I don't even want to speak on J. Cole. I got a whole other video talking about him, and that one is crazy. We not going to do that, but be on the lookout for my J. Cole video. It's probably out already. If you've seen this, it's probably out already, but god damn, J. Cole's different.
Corporations. They cannot make decisions based on hip-hop ego anymore. They have to make decisions like CEOs, which perfectly explains the most misunderstood moment of the entire war. In April 2024, J. Cole dropped a diss track aimed at Kendrick called 7 Minute Drill. Just days later, he stood on stage at his Dreamville festival, apologized to Kendrick, and bowed out of the fight.
I moved in a way that I spiritually feel bad on me. Like I try to jab my nigga back, and I try to keep it friendly. But at the end of the day, when I listen to it and when it comes out and I see the talk, that shit don't sit right with my spirit. That shit make me feel, that shit disrupts my fucking peace.
The internet tore him apart. Purists called him soft. They said he ruined his legacy.
Oh, this ain't the time for that, man. This ain't the time for that, nigga.
And here's the crazy part, Cole. You apologized when he struck first.
We get this pivotal moment in hip hop taken away from us.
But looking back with perfect hindsight, J. Cole wasn't soft. He was just the only guy in the room who did the math. 2 years later, in 2026, J. Cole went on camera on a show and finally explained his exit. He revealed that he was completely blindsided by the beef. He had just finished a massive, highly profitable stadium tour with Drake. He was putting the finishing touches on his album, The Fall Off, which was actually supposed to feature Kendrick Lamar and Drake. Cole admitted he only dropped his diss track because he felt pressured by the rules of hip-hop, not because he actually wanted a war.
Do you think that the Drake and Kendrick thing got totally out of hand? Do you think it spiraled out of control? How do you feel? Because I know both of these.
I feel like it's weird for me. Because,
right, it's
because the world, right away, the world became like politics. You're either Democrat or Republican. You're either Kendrick or you Drake, and you gotta pick a side, boom, boom. And I felt like the nigga that was like disgusted both ways, damn near. To me, it's like disgusting how people try to use that opportunity to like either show how they really felt about Drake the whole time, or just like pile on and tear this dude down and like create a narrative as if he's not great or as if he's not fucking amazing or stellar. It's like, yo.
For a guy like J. Cole, whose entire brand is built on peace, authenticity, and unity, jumping into a toxic mudslinging contest was a terrible business move. It was destroying his core product. The decision to apologize felt like divine intervention to him. By walking away, J. Cole protected his brand, kept his corporate sponsors happy, and secured his album rollout. He didn't lose a rap battle. He successfully dumped a toxic asset. He realized before anyone else that the return on investment for a mainstream rap war is completely...
I hear what you're saying, but like the results of that was just as bad, bro. If not even worse. Like I feel like him, I don't even know if he would have gotten a response had he not bowed out, but like if he didn't get a response, he should have just left it at that. And like the best play would have just been not to get involved at all. But you know, he did, and it is what it is. But yeah,
negative, especially if you are on the losing side. But to fully close the book on this, we have to talk about Joe Budden's counter argument.
All of these talking points, I agree with everything he said. If we switch the conversation to drill, when hip hop was getting scary, evil, it wasn't all battles need to stop. Agreed. It wasn't all of that. To my knowledge, nobody got hurt. Even when Ish talk about Drake House getting shot up, I can't attribute that to Kendrick versus Drake.
Budden asked a very fair question. Why does the industry clutch its pearls over Drake and Kendrick, but stay completely silent when drill and street rappers are literally killing each other? The answer is dark, but it is simple. Modern hip-hop has split into two completely different worlds, the suite and the streets. The suite is industry beef. This is Kendrick, Drake, and Cole. These fights are driven by ego and chart positioning and artistic differences. The only things they have to lose are brand deals, algorithmic placement, and public reputation. Because losing those things costs the record labels billions of dollars, industry beef is officially dead. The boardroom won't allow it. But the streets is drill beef. This is the world of Young Dolph and Yo Gotti, or Young Thug and YFN Lucci. These artists do not have $100 million casino contracts to protect. They live in a completely different risk bracket. The consequences here aren't lost sponsorships. The consequences are federal indictments, decades in prison, and actual death. The dark truth is that street beef will never die, and the music industry will continue to quietly allow it because the labels know how to monetize it. Suburban kids love the visceral, dangerous authenticity of drill music. The record labels get to rake in the streaming millions while entirely outsourcing the physical risk of death and jail time to the artists themselves. Look at Young Dolph and Yo Gotti. Their beef started over a simple contract dispute in Memphis. It escalated into Dolph's bulletproof SUV getting shot over 100 times. It ended with Dolph being ambushed and murdered in a bakery, followed by the retaliatory murder of Yo Gotti's brother. There are no corporate PR teams or Spotify lawsuits in street beef. The resolution is strictly ballistic.
Regardless, man, you had two very successful men who did very well in the music industry on their own. Dolph had a great career. Gotti has a great career. And it's sad when it devolves into violence and anything else like that, and these breadwinners get taken out.
That's why I hate that rap beef shit, bro. I hate it, bro. I just hate it. I ain't never seen nothing good come from it. Never. But some records sold that the black man ain't gonna get the money from.
Or look at Young Thug and YFN Lucci in Atlanta. Their decade-long war included drive-by shootings and murders, but unlike the mainstream pop stars, the law eventually caught up. Lucci took a plea deal for gang charges. Thug got swept up in a massive RICO case. Both men sat in jail for years, watching millions of dollars evaporate while paying massive legal fees. By the time they both got out in 2025, they realized the war was bankrupting them. In a stunning reversal, they dropped comeback albums on the exact same day, featured on each other's songs, and shot a music video together.
Why y'all ain't do this in the beginning? Why y'all ain't do this in the beginning? Why did we have to go through so much shit for y'all niggas to feel like y'all gonna put the money first and y'all gonna come together? Y'all could have been squashed the beef. Y'all could have been came together a long time ago.
Put the people that's serving life behind that beef right now. Put the people that's in jail right now. While they're dapping each other up, what about the guy that Lucci kicked out the car? What about Nut? Didn't Nut die in that beef? What is Nut looking up saying right now, or looking down? What about those people, Vlad?
Thug stood outside the courthouse where he fought for his life and told the city he was tired of losing people for nothing. In the streets, beef only ends in two ways. You go to the graveyard, or you go broke paying lawyers.
See, it's like, I hear what 6ix9ine is saying on one point, but it's like, 6ix9ine is a top tier rage baiter, bro. Like, and again, I get it, bro. Like, he was treated crazy for being a snitch, and then here are people doing the things that he was out there getting called crazy for. Not only that, like, 6ix9ine is just kind of exposing people's, like, fake behaviors and shit like that, but it's like, bro, get out of our business, bro. Like, what do you want him to do? Like, crash out? You want him to be like, oh, you right, bro. I did have a bro who died for this shit, bro. Fuck, you know? Like, what is that gonna help, bro? Let us evolve as communities and put the guns down, bro. Start working together and make this money, bro, for real.
Till you are forced to call a truce. When the history books are written, the Kendrick Lamar and Drake battle won't be remembered only as the peak of hip-hop competition. It will also be remembered as the grand finale when we realized the system collapsed under its own weight. The genre got too big, turning local disputes into massive corporate liabilities. The technology got too malicious, replacing the recording booth with offshore bot farms and algorithm hackers. And the artists got too rich, making the financial risk of a battle far worse than the reward. We are never going to see two titans go head-to-head like this again. The corporate machine has officially sanitized the top of the culture. As we just discussed, the only place rap beef will truly exist is in the streets, where the corporate stakes are low, but the human cost is lethal. If you want us to run a forensic breakdown on the dark economics of—
Damn, chap. You heard it here first, man. Them beefs is not gonna be happening again because it's way too much money to be lost. That's very interesting to see that the beef there made him 15 M's, bro. Oh! Which is like, again, that sounds like a lot of money, but apparently it's pocket change to them labels who's printing a lot more based on these guys. So, you know, it's interesting, but I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like I said, bro, I don't really like where hip hop is right now, bro. I feel like the beef really made it harder for people to be able to thrive and people to be able to stand out, because now that our attention spans are all super quick or super negative, that's all that people are looking for. So it's like, if you ain't got no beef, no shit talking, no rage baiting, no whatever, bro, it's like people ain't interested. They ain't trying to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? Which is very unfortunate. That's just what I feel like I've observed. You feel me? But anyways, man, that was my reaction on the video. Let me know what you guys thought. Is the beef that deep? Is this really the end of rap beefs and hip hop? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. Once again, I go by the name of Jaspy Nams, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.
I'm getting gritty on these niggas. I'm getting gritty on these bitches. Here we go, now they talking again. I'm getting gritty on these niggas. I'm getting gritty on these bitches. Here we go, now they talking again. I'm getting gritty on these niggas. I'm getting gritty on these bitches.